A ghost light is a single bulb left burning whenever a theater is dark. That way, no one accidentally falls into the orchestra pit or gets that spooky feeling of being in a large room that is dark. A few months ago, most people thought that the theater was going to fall into darkness, but even a shut-down theater cannot be truly dark with this single light left on stage. Much like this ghost light, Jesus is also a light that cannot be shut out. John 1 verse 5 says, Jesus is the light of the world. The light shines in the dark, and the darkness cannot overcome the light. In the midst of what some would think is total darkness, Jesus came to bring light, hope, and joy in a dark place. We won't need this ghost light in our theater tonight. Let's celebrate the light of the world and the joy and magic that theater brings through SMAC 2020's performance. The show must go on!
Welcome to SMAC 2020. The show must go on. Although it might look a little different here than most years, we've still got magic to do, and we are so excited to share with you all the fun things we learned this week at camp. Our first group number is one that might be a little familiar to you. Opening in 1972, not only did Grease run for 3,388 shows and 2 revivals, but the 1978 movie adaptation became the highest-grossing movie musical of all time. Set in 1959, Grease follows the journey of Danny and Sandy alongside the Greasers and the Pink Ladies of Rydell High as they navigate high school to the unforgettable rock and roll soundtrack that defined generations. Enjoy this classic Grease medley where Grease is the word.
We're one of a kind. Chang, chang, changity, chang, shabop, dip, 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 doo, off, and doo, doo, boogie, doo, 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 shabop, off, shabop, sha-da-da-da-da-da, yippity. A walk, a walk, and move. Gonna for each other like walk, and move. Just like my brother is shining. Chang, 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 shabop, we'll always be together. Oh, yeah, we'll always be
bright lights of 42nd Street and Broadway shone a little bit brighter when names like Ethel Merman, Mary Martin, Barbara Streisand, and Jennifer Holliday took the stage. These strong women paved the way for new names like Bernadette Peters, Sutton Foster, Audra McDonald, and Patti LuPone, proving that the ladies of Broadway were a force to be reckoned with. It's 1922 in New York City, and young Millie Dilmount has just moved to the Big Apple in search of a new life. Her grand plan is to find a job as a secretary for a wealthy man, and then marry him. However, her plans go completely awry when Millie's wealthy boss is slow in proposing, and the man she actually falls in love with doesn't have a dime to his name. Or so he tells her. What's a small-town girl to do?
Dilmount, I demand an explanation.
Excuse me?
Your prompt attention to this matter is insincerely appreciated. Please accept our insincerest apologies. Yours, insincerely.
I'm sorry, Miss Flannery.
If you're not, you will be. I'm docking you $1.
$1? Insincere trust.
Make it 2.
Jimmy, leave me alone.
Personal matter, not on company time.
Not another $1. Sincere trust. Jimmy, we have nothing more to say to each other.
Dilmount,
I didn't ask him to call. I don't want him to call. I never want to see Jimmy Smith again.
good. Forget the boys, Dilmount. Get yourself a canary.
No canary in a cage for me. This canary's ready to fly free. Cut the cord, his Adam and I once adored. He's nothing but an albatross, no great loss, double crosser.
Forget about the boy, pull the plug. Ain't he the one that pulled the rug? He's lower than an alley cat, dirty rat, and I flatter. Forget about the boy, forget about the boy, forget about the boy. And in the moonlight, don't you think about him. Sister, you're much better off without him. You can blow the blues a kiss goodbye and put the sun back in the sky. But
From the young to the young at heart, Broadway is for everyone. Some of the most beloved Broadway roles available are played by young performers. Tomorrow's only a day away from Annie. Billy Elliot was born to boogie, and the kids from School of Rock sing, dance, act, and play their instruments for huge crowds. These young actors impress their audiences night after night while also going to school each day. Who says you have to be old to get your big break? In this next performance, the children of Matilda the Musical give Miss Trunchbull a taste of her own medicine in this fan-favorite scene.
In this world, children, there are two types of human beings, the winners and the losers. I am a winner. I play by the rules and I win. If I were to play by the rules and not win, well then, my dears, something's wrong. And when something is wrong, you have to put it right, even if it screams. What are you looking at? This class is going to have a very special spelling test. Any child who gets a single question wrong shall go to Chokey. You, spell Newt.
Newt. N-E-W-T. Newt.
What?
Miss Honey taught us. She's very good at teaching.
Nonsense! Miss Honey is too soft and peachy to be good at anything. Any moron can see that. You, stand up and spell the one thing that you all are. Revolting.
Revolting. R-E-V-O-L-T-I-N-G. Revolting.
You're cheating! You little specks of dust can't be this clever. Miss Honey knows nothing of teaching, and I shall prove it. You, filth pot, snot bag, spell Angelica centra colostomosis.
What? But that's not a word. You just made that up.
Spell it! Or go to Chokey. And I should warn you, it has silent letters.
A-H-C-L-L.
Oh, dear. Oh, dearie, dearie, dear. I'm so sorry. There was a silent Z.
Cat. C-A-F. Cat. Guess you're gonna have to put me in Chokey too. Dog. D-Y-P. And me. Table. F-A-B-F-Y. Table. You can't send us all to Chokey! Stop this!
Whoa! Never again will she get the best of me.
Yeah!
Never again will she take away my freedom.
Yeah!
And we won't forget the day we
Fought for the right to be a little bit naughty. Never again.
will the Chokey doors slay.
Never again.
My people lead it.
Never again.
My doubted win
I was set on a miracle. Never again. Never again will we live.
Theater has the power to inspire in even the most uncertain of times. In 1971, famed composer Stephen Schwartz debuted his hit musical Godspell to mixed reviews, as it chronicled the life, miracles, and crucifixion of Jesus Christ. Nearly 50 years later, this timeless classic continues to grace stages all over the world, proving that the message of kindness, tolerance, hope, and love never go out of style.
New and impressive shows premiere on Broadway each season. Many of Broadway's contemporary shows aren't afraid to make you think, reflect on your past, acknowledge the present, and dream of your future. As our trip down Broadway Memory Lane comes to a close this evening, we would like to leave you with the inspired words of two current Broadway smash hits, Hamilton and Dear Evan Hansen. The story of Smack 2020 is one for the history books. Thank you all for joining us this week, and remember, as long as there is a story to tell, the light will always eliminate the dark.